Stephanie Ryan. I am the founder of the Oahu SPCA. We are the largest shelter in Hawaii with a no-kill philosophy. We rescue thousands of animals per year and provide them with all their necessary surgeries and behavior rehabilitation so that we can successfully adopt them into forever homes.
My name is Bonnie Oda. I am the Education Partnerships Manager. I oversee all of the education initiatives here at the Hawaiian Humane Society. There is a team of 2 of us that is tasked with educating the entire island of Oahu of about 1 million people.
I'm Inga Gibson. I'm the Hawaii Senior State Director with the Humane Society of the United States. We work for the protection of all animals, nationwide, statewide, and worldwide. We advocate for animals through policy efforts. We work through litigation and our legal department.
There is a big issue of overpopulation of companion animals worldwide and here on our island as well. I think many people realize that there's quite a number of cats on our island.
The majority of animals that are euthanized here in Hawaii, across Hawaii, are feral cats. These are cats that could not be adopted out as indoor pets, and also where it would be inhumane to try to keep that animal in a cage at a shelter or any facility for any extended period of time. Various factors come into play, in island ecosystems that you wouldn't necessarily see in the mainland, again, because of our temperate climate. The populations of cats aren't controlling themselves naturally, where you would see in other parts of the country where, cats' reproduction rates and survival rates are going to be a lot lower because of the winter. We have no natural predators except for humans.
There are different policies in place here in our state and in our county that address overpopulation.
Another thing that really factors into euthanasia in general is unscrupulous breeding. Here in Hawaii, we have no laws, no regulations regarding commercial breeding operations.
We have at any given time 100 animals waiting for a home to go to, and yet there's still stores and online suppliers that are breeding animals, specifically breeding them as pets. And I'm thinking, wow, there's so many adorable dogs and cats that are waiting for homes in. Why bring more lives in when we're trying to find homes for them?
What people don't realize is when they purchase a dog, a puppy, from a pet store, for example, or from an unregulated breeder, they're not only contributing to that cycle of breeding for profit, but they're also competing for homes with the animals that are at our local shelters.
Currently, we are trying to pass legislation to make it illegal to have backyard breeding.
Unfortunately, we have consistently had pushback from breeders who oftentimes put profit over welfare. But the majority of states, about 34 states I believe now, have some laws regulating breeders. Most of the laws limit the numbers of animals and also set welfare standards. There definitely are reputable breeders that care about these animals deeply and do not exploit them or engage in breeding for profit.
Nobody should be capitalizing on pet overpopulation, which will ultimately result in euthanasia. So everybody, again, needs to be a responsible pet owner and not capitalize on live animals.
Other factors that feed in with the overpopulation is that people don't realize the importance of spaying and neutering. People that have pets and love them don't realize that by not spaying or neutering them, not only does it contribute to the issue, but also it's not as healthy for their pet.
Animals that are sterilized live longer, they're healthier, they're less likely to engage in behaviors that may be considered nuisance or negative behaviors. There are a lot more opportunities for spay-neuter, not only at local shelters or municipal shelters, but through rescue groups and other organizations that focus specifically on offering spay-neuter. Overall, spay-neuter has also become more affordable. On Oahu, we have the Neuter Now program that's administered by the city. The Hawaiian Humane Society handles the actual administration of the program.
So now that there is low-cost sterilization available to the public, there is no excuse to have unaltered animals running through the neighborhoods.
There are two types of animal shelters. There's limited admission and there's open admission.
Open admission shelters such as the Hawaiian Humane Society here on Oahu accept all animals regardless of their health, their age, their temperament, their condition. That's typically what we call an open admission shelter, meaning they do not turn away any animals in need regardless of those or other factors.
I really, truly believe, as well as my colleagues, that there needs to be an open admission shelter because it prevents animal abandonment, animal cruelty, and animal suffering.
Closed admission shelters or rescues or limited admission are those private organizations that have more discretion with the animals that they take in. So a lot of the smaller rescue groups, most of the rescues or shelters that don't carry animal control contracts to receive all animals, those ones take a limited number of animals depending on a number of factors.
The Oahu SPCA has not euthanized a healthy animal since we were founded in 2009. So that is the greatest benefit of having a shelter with a no-kill philosophy. The negative aspects of the no-kill shelter are, at times, animals remain in the shelter for several years.
This term, no-kill, has been around for some time, and I think it really depends on who you ask. What is no-kill? Does no kill mean no euthanasia? Euthanasia only under certain circumstances? And that's something that the sheltering community across the country has struggled with for years. And it also begs the quality of life issue. A limited admission shelter, for example, may be able to take in animals beyond its resources and keep that animal alive. However, there's also a concern for the quality of life for that animal.
Truthfully, when we're talking about animal overpopulation, it's not his responsibility or that organization's responsibility or the legislature's responsibility. It really is community. Community coming together and realizing we've got an issue. What are we going to do to address it?
I think we all share the common goal of ending the euthanasia of healthy, treatable, adoptable animals. But I think we recognize that it's really resource dependent and it's community dependent. You know, the issue of euthanasia and shelter intake is not the shelter's problem. It's not the Humane Society of the United States' problem. It's the community and everybody's problem. I think it's really getting the commitment of the community at all levels. This would be individuals, pet owners or not, all the way up to policymakers, that they would contribute to the solution. I think there's a lot of ways that people can work together to reduce euthanasia and to reduce just the numbers of animals that are coming into shelters overall. But it's going to take everyone working together, everyone recognizing that they have a role in the issue and also play a part in the solution.
Animal overpopulation is an issue that faces our community, and it's going to take the community to come together to solve it. One strategy that the Hawaiian Humane Society supports is a trap, neuter, return, manage strategy. If the community can come together, be part of the solution, understand that it's going to take all of us to take care of our wonderful companion animals, that would be wonderful. Be responsible if you're a pet owner. Make sure that they're spayed and neutered. Make sure they have ID so they can get home right away. They're not wandering. Make sure they're well cared for. And if you don't have a pet, or if you do and you see community cats, those would be cats that are free wandering and you're not really sure if they're owned or not. Double check and see, do they have ID? If not, do they have a notch in the ear? The notch in the ear will tell you whether they've been spayed or neutered. If not, trap them, bring them into an animal welfare shelter, get them spayed and neutered, and then take care of them after.
Each and every one of us should take responsibility and donate to the animal services, especially the no-kill shelters, because they are privately funded, 100% privately and corporate funded. More funds means that we are able to save more animals. Everybody needs to take responsibility and become a responsible pet owner and contribute to the cause.
What we say is never purchase an animal from a pet store, because chances are you're never going to know where that animal came from. It may be, a healthy appearing, fluffy little puppy, but what about the mother and all the other animals that came before? And basically you're supporting that industry every time you buy an animal. So again, another reason always to adopt from your local shelter. And if you're going to go to a breeder, do the research, get the references, always visit the breeder's home in person.
Here on our island, we do have people that want to help, and they help by feeding the animals, not realizing that feeding the animals without making sure that they're spayed or neutered is actually contributing to the demise of cats and overpopulation.